Friday. So we continue our tutorial for chapter 5 for today, calculation part. All right, so today we will discuss the tutorial which is I have uploaded. All right, chapter 5. And chapter 4 we discussed during the one question class. So today we discuss this one. So question 1, we have Miss Umi Nazira, right, is planning to determine the minimum operating cash, right, of the firm to reduce its cost of investment. So currently the firm is holding this payment will be on credit term, right? So this one adalah payment. Remember this one payment. So you don't confuse the payment and collection. The term can be either suppliers bagi you atau you bagi customers. So in this case, this one adalah payment. So the good will be sold on 15 February 2018. Right, the estimated sales of goods are 60,000. So the total account receivable, right, will be 20,000 and total initial outlay will be 600,000. So you can see that assume 360 days in a year. Kalau dia tak bagi, this one they not give. Right, if they are not given, then we are still assume dia ambil 360 days. Right, okay, so if they have say 365 days, then we use it 165 days. If not given, then we use 360 days. So the question asks us to calculate cash cycle, cash turnover, then the minimum operating cash. So first step, we need to calculate the cash cycle. Right, so cash cycle, then we need to copy lah the formula. So you take out your slide, all right, then you just copy lah. So I just copy here, right? The cash cycle punya formula. So you can see here that the formula equal to average of inventory plus average collection period minus the average payment period. Okay, so first one kita cari the average of inventory lah, one by one. We have to find, so you refer back to the average of inventory. So adakah inventory dia ada bagi? Question given or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, dia bagi berapa?
Tapi secara indirect melalui tarikh.
Oh, dia beri tarikh. So we need to consider, we need to calculate lah. Yes. Okay, so here we calculate. Yes, here purchase 5 January 2018. 5th of January 2018. And then dia jual. So when we say average inventory is what? We have what? Beli, masa kita beli, alright, sampai dia can be jual lah. So dia sold lah, dia jual. So kita check bila dia jual. Here lah. So the good will be sold lah. So dia ada bagi these two information. So we can calculate lah. Kat bawah sini kita put lah, we copy down the information. So dia ada bagi beli 5 January, jual 15 January. So we can calculate the average of inventory lah. So we just copy here equal. So January ada berapa hari in January?
31.
31. So 31 we minus 5 ke minus apa? You minus berapa?
5.
Why we
Five?
minus?
4.
4.
Yes, we minus 4. So, but I want to supposedly kita kena tolak 4. Sometimes I takut lah nanti dalam exam dia tolak 5. So dia akan kurang 1 hari ya. Because it's objective. I'm not sure whether dia akan tolak 5 atau 4. But sepatutnya we have to tolak 4 lah sebab termasuk 5. So, alright, okay. So kalau you in the objective, in the exam test objective, then you choose the paling dekat punya answer. I takut nanti dia akan tolak 5. But actually is 4 lah, because we include 5. Right, okay. So this one you have to be careful lah during your test. Then kita tambah 15 lah. Ditambah 15. This one is January. This one is February. See, we plus 15. We termasuk 15. You see. So if you dalam exam, this one ikut berapa hari? How many days?
42.
42. Right, equal to 42. So, but kalau dia tolak 5, then this one will become
41.
41, right? So in the exam, then you if tak ada 42 sebab MCQ, right? Kalau essay I marking, then you tolak 4, then it's correct lah. But now this one is MCQ. It's not the soalan not from me. So if they have tolak 5, if 41, dia tak ada 42, then you choose 41 lah. Kalau ada 42, then you choose 42 okay. After we have done the average of inventory, then kita calculate the average collection period. Right, average collection period. So dia ada bagi tak?
Ada.
Dia ada bagi apa?
Dia bagi receivable and sales.
Alright, they have given you receivable and sales. So meaning that this one we using formula. We using formula to calculate. So again now you just take out your slide and then you just copy the formula. Here we have the average collection period. We have receivable dengan sales. Right? So dia ada bagi receivable here adalah 20,000. and then we cari the sales and initial outlay. No, sales of good. Estimate sales of good 60,000. Okay, so you have these two. Then we just put in lah into the formula. Okay. 20,000 divide 60,000 divide 360. So kita ada berapa?
120 days.
120 days. One 120 days. Okay, so we have the average collection period. Then kita nak cari average payment period. So again, we refer here average payment period. So you can see at the payments will be credit term. This one adalah bayaran. So we look at the payment. So we check on the term. Right, so this is the term. So net term 6/10 net 40. So adalah 40 average payment. This one we straight away ambil bayaran adalah hari ke-40, 40. So we have average payment period 40 days. Okay, so then kita just put in lah. What? No. 42 plus 200 minus 40 days. So kita ada
122 days.
122 days. All right. So this one first. Okay. So we have done for calculating cash cycle. Right. If you have question, you please ask. Right. Okay. So done copy.
Done, sir.
Okay, so we go to our next. The next is what? Next is we are calculating what cash turnover. So sama cash turnover. What should we do? We cari the formula. Cash turnover formula adalah right. Cash turnover adalah 360. Right, divided by CC, CC which is what we calculate lah. So we have 360 bahagi dengan 122. So kita dapat
2.95.
2.95. Okay. So dia tak susah lah. Alright, okay. Next we have number 3, minimum operating cash. Same thing, minimum operating cash. We need to first know the formula. So we just calculate lah. We just copy the formula. Minimum operating cash adalah annual cash outlay bahagi dengan cash turnover. So we refer back to the question, check ada tak initial outlay. So we have the initial outlay kat sini, which is 600,000. Right, initial outlay 600,000. So we just copy 600,000 bahagi dengan cash turnover. Right, 600,000 divided by 2.95. We ambil yang cash turnover, which is we calculate here, 2.95. So kita equal to
203,389.83. 203,000.
03. Okay.
389 ringgit
389
and 83 cent. 0.83.
53 sen lah. RM lah. RM lah. Ni RM. Okay, so you can see here, so you kena calculate, be careful lah kat atas sini, sebab kalau you salah this one 1 to 2, if you are wrong, then your cash turnover akan salah, then your minimum operating cash akan salah. So be careful. Right, again lah reminder yang ini you need to be careful yang kat sini lah. Yang tolak 4 atau 5. Right, this one. So some lecturer dia tolak 5. But logically thinking 5 kita termasuk. So we have to tolak 4. Right, so yang inilah you have to be careful. Alright, so
Sir,
yes,
cash turnover tak payah bunda kan?
you give 2.95 lah, minimum 2 decimal point.
Alright.
Alright, done? Copy?
Done, sir.
Okay, so if you have done, then you just type done lah. Then I know you have done. You have done. Others sudah ke, ada buat ke tak buat ni?
Buat sir.
Buat, bagus. Boleh score test Friday ni. Okay, then we have question 2. Question 2. All right, question 2, we have Kanda Trading is planning to purchase raw material on the 5th April 2017, and the payment will be on a credit term net 60. So the good will be sold on the 4th July 2017. Meanwhile, total initial outlay and account receivable of the company are 350,000 and 15,000 respectively. So the annual sales of the company are 120,000, with 60% of it is on credit. So calculate the cash cycle. Right, so same thing, calculate the cash cycle. We take back lah the formula. The formula sama. So cash cycle equal to average of inventory. So we refer back to the question. Sini adalah purchase 5th April. And then here mana material, purchase raw materials here. This one, so we just put there. The good will be sold. The good will be sold on 4 July. So sama. So April, we have how many days in April?
30.
Alright, April adalah 30 hari. So we have 30 tolak 4
4.
Yes, 4. And then dia sampai Julai. So Mei ada berapa hari? Kita tambah Mei.
31.
31. Then June
30.
30. And then July
51.
4.
4. 31 siapa tu?
Sorry.
Kita the good question say until 4 kan. So kita tambah 4. So we have how many days?
91.
91. 91 days. Okay, so next we carry the average collection period. So again, we read on the question bagi meanwhile, total initial outlay and account receivable of the company are 350. So this one, dia ada bagi account receivable. So account receivable is 15,000. So be careful here, 15,000. And then how much is the sales? Sales ada tulisan. Here the annual sales, right? Annual sales kat sini. Annual sales of the company are 120 with 60% on credit. So kita refer credit sales. Right? Refer credit sales. So kita darab dengan 60%. Yalah, 60%. Sebab we are calculating account receivable kan. Kita bagi utang kan. Maksud another 40% adalah cash sales. So for this one, we just ambil credit sales sahaja, which is the 60%. Kalau dia tak mention, if they are not mentioning berapa persen credit sales, and then we just ambil the sales 120,000. In this question, dia ada bagi 60% credit sales. So and we are calculating account receivable. So kita darab dengan 60% lah sebab yang balance 40 adalah cash sale. Kalau cash sales dia bukan account receivable, right? If you refer back to question 1, dia bagi sales, right? The estimated sales of good are 60,000. Case yang ini dia tak ada beritahu how many percent is credit sales or how many percent is cash sale. Then we just take 60,000. Right, this is beza dia. Right, so this one we take 60,000 right just now. Right, we use 60,000 because question dia tak mention ini adalah credit ke cash. So we just ambil total. Yang for question 2 dia ada mention 60% adalah credit. So we just use credit lah. Sama, we just copy down mana question on this one, collection period. This one here. Right there. So you just letaklah masuk the figures, which is 15,000 divide 120,000 dengan 0.6, 360. How much you get?
75 days.
$70. $75. Okay, then kita ada average payment. Right. Average payment, here we check, you can see purchase raw materials payment dia make will be on credit term 60 so we straight away ambil lah credit term 60 60. So we have just put equal to 91 91 tambah 75 minus apa tadi 60 60. So we have
106 days.
106 days. Okay. All right, so I give you time to copy. Done?
Done, sir.
All right, good. Then we go to number 2 is cash, right? Cash turnover. So cash turnover formula here, we just copy. Cash turnover. So cash turnover adalah 360 divided by CC, right? CC we have equal to 106. So you just bagilah.
$3.39 or 3.4?
3 point after rounded 3.4. 3.40 lah.
Yes, sir, yes.
2 decimal point, then we put 3.40. Okay, next minimum operating cash. Formula dia adalah annual cash outlay bahagi dengan cash turnover. So we just put here minimum minimum operating cash outlay, annual cash outlay, cash turnover. So we refer the question annual cash outlay. Where is the annual cash outlay? Here, meanwhile, total initial outlay adalah cash outlay lah yang ini. So we put blue color. Initial outlay adalah 360,000. Right? So we just put here lah 360,000 bahagi dengan cash turnover 3.4.
Satu 941.18.
102
941
941
0.17. Sebab belakang dia 6. So saya bunda 1.8.
8. Alright.
Ah.
Alright. Okay, so I give you time for those who want to copy. Alright, done?
Answer.
Dan.
Okay, so we go for question 3. Question 3. Question 3, Naim Berhad, which has annual cash outlay of 550,000, is determining a minimum operating cash holding to avoid unnecessary idle cash. All sales are given 40 days credit term, and all credit purchase are settled on 30 days after date of purchase. However, inventory take an average of 60 days, right, for store holding period before they are sold. Compute the following cash cycle, cash turnover, minimum operating cash sama. So the step adalah sama. Formula, we copy the formula. Formula, average of inventory plus average collection period minus average payment period. So then in this one, kita check. Average of inventory, are there any mention? Right? You can see on here, however, each inventory take average of 60 days. 60 days, so this one we can just straight away ambil lah, dia dah bagi. So the average of inventory adalah 60 days. So we just put 60 plus. Then we cari the average collection period. So we read again, where is it? Holding to avoid unnecessary idea. All sales, you can see, all sales are given 40 day credit term. Maksud this one, dia akan collect back dalam 40 days lah. So we just write down lah, the collection period adalah 40. Then we check on the average payment period, and dia ada cakap all credit purchase are settled 30. 30 days. Right, so ini adalah 30. This question easy. You no need to calculate. They have straightforward, dia dah bagi. Right, so only you don't confuse dengan credit term yang sales yang dia bagi and the payment punya credit term. Right, read carefully lah. Biasa student will be careless kat sini. Sometimes dia bagi credit term, dia bagi this one lah, credit term 40. Which is tadi dia ada satu kan, credit term. Where is the credit term? You can see here, payment will be on credit term 6/10 net 40. Right, so yang credit term dia can be on in the payment side atau dalam sales pun can. So you need to be careful lah when you read the question dia. Yang ini adalah payment term atau yang account receivable punya credit term. So in here dia bagi sales in credit term. So yang ini adalah untuk account receivable atau collection period. Alright, so yang ini which is equal to
70.
70. Okay, so next we have cash turnover formula. Right, so equal to 360 divided by CC, which is 70.
5.14.
Okay, 5.14, right? Then last one, we have minimum operating cash. So minimum operating cash formula, again lah, you just cari the formula, which is equal to annual cash outlay bahagi dengan cash turnover. So we read the question, where is the cash outlay? You can see the cash outlay of 550. Right, 50,000. All right, so you just put here lah. So you have 550,000 divided by 5.14. 5.14. So how much you get?
Satu kosong 3.89.
Satu, mana dah? 107.
07.
003.
89.
89. Okay, so I give you time to copy. All right, done.
Done, sir.
Okay, so now we go to the last question. Okay, last question, we have question 4. So Iron Steel is planning to determine the firm minimum operating cash to reduce the firm cost of investment. So presently, the firm is holding 30,000 cash on the average continuously. So the firm is selling on term. This one you see selling on term 3/10 net 50. All customers normally pay on the last day. The firm pay all credit purchases on net 35. So the firm taken 30 days to produce and 25 days to collect receivable. So the firm's yearly cash outlay is 400,000. So use 360 days in a year. So calculate cash cycle, cash turnover, the minimum operating cash balance the firm must maintain to meet its obligation. Is the current cash holding sufficient to meet its needs? Why? So again, summer, we calculate the cash cycle first. So cash cycle formula here, we just copy back lah the cash cycle formula. All right, cash cycle average of inventory. So we read the question average inventory. So we cari. They have say here are the firm take 30 days to produce. This is the inventory. This one adalah inventory daripada beli sampai dia siap. Okay, so this one is 30. Plus average collection period, they say, and 25 days to collect receivable. So this one adalah 25 average collection period. And then we have checked the average payment period. So we check here. The firm pay all credit purchase at net 35, right? Payment, credit purchase. So they make payment, they bayar, so net 35, so this one is 35. Okay, so this example, pertama, you no need to calculate, this one they straight away give you. All right, so how many days?
20.
20, right, 20 days. Okay. Next, we have the cash turnover. Sama, we copy the formula. Right, cash turnover formula adalah 360 bahagi dengan CC. So the CC is 20, right? So 360 divided by 20.
18.
18, 18. Okay. Next, we calculate the minimum operating cash, right? So here, minimum operating cash. Formula dia adalah annual cash outlay. So sama, we check the question, the outlay. So we have checked presently the firm is holding 30,000 cash on average continually. So this one adalah okay, this one no. The firm cash outlay kat sini. Cash outlay adalah 400,000. 400,000. Right, 400,000. So we just put here lah 400 bahagi dengan 18. 400,000 divided by 18.
22,222 ringgit 22 sen.
222.
0.22.
22. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so this one is the minimum outlay. Then they have last question. Is the current cash holding sufficient? Right, to meet in needs? Sufficient or not sufficient? Okay, so we can check here. Dia cakap, present the firm is holding 30,000 cash on average continuously. So cukup ke tak cukup?
Cukup. Cukup.
Yes, enough, So you can see, okay, we just amend this one. The current cash holding sufficient to meet its need. No, you just write to meet its needs, which which is RM, which is 30,000 lah. They're holding 30,000, right? 30, yes, 30,000 which is 30,000 greater atau more than RM 222.22. This is the, you need to give reason. You cannot just say that is the current sufficient. If you answer yes, the current, atau you tu tambah satu lah. Yes, the current cash holding sufficient so you kena bagi reason sebab dia ada tanya why. Right, so you need to write which is 30,000. This one adalah current holding company holding more than the 22,222.22. Right, this is how you answer the question. Okay, so I give you time to copy. All right, done.
Done.
Done,
Oh,
sir.
Done. All right, good. Because I give you 4 questions we have done. We have more questions. Any question you want to ask regarding this one?
Question 2.
Question 2 mana question?
Nak tanya average of inventory.
Ni,
Yes.
mana?
Nak average of inventory tu.
Average of inventory 91 day. 90.
Tak yang 30 tolak 4 tambah 31 tu. Confuse dekat situ.
Ya ini tolak 4
Sampai yang tambah 4 tu.
tambah 4. Oh. Copy this a date and then this one adalah date. Okay. This one is purchase. This one is purchase. This one is purchase, right? Yeah, you can see purchase raw materials, dia beli 5. 5th of April. Then the good will be sold on 4 July. So this one adalah average of inventory lah. So average inventory kita akan kira dari hari dia beli the raw material until sampai dia jual. Right, so dia dah bagi the good will be sold on 4 Julai. So kita calculate lah, so sebab dia bagi kita tarikh, dia beli 5 April, lepas tu dia akan jual pada 4 Julai. So kita calculate lah, so kalau April dalam April kita ada 30 hari. Right, so kita 30 tolak 4. Alright, okay. So tolak 4 This one okay. Kenapa tolak 4?
Sebab dia beli 5 April tu. So 5 tu tak kira lah kan?
5 kita, sebab kita kira 5, that's why kita tolak 4.
Oh.
Kalau kita tolak 5, maksud kita tak kira yang hari 5 tu. Faham?
Faham.
Okay. Then dia beli April. So kita Mei berapa hari?
31.
Yeah, so kita tambah 31. Lepas tu Jun ada 30 hari. So kita tambah 30 hari. Last is July. July dia sebab dia dah jual pada 4 lah. So kita tambah 4 lah.
Okay, faham. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Any more question?
Sir,
Yes.
yang date tu kena tulis jalan kira macam tu ke? Ke
Mana
terus kira 91 days tu?
Ni ya. Ya, you punya your exam is MCQ lah. Tak payah kalau you masuk exam essay question, yes you have to write like this.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Sebab you MCQ kan, so tak payah lah. You do like this. Sebab dia you just tick ABCD kan. So you buat ke tak buat pun tak tahu orang tahu. But in the exam you have to write lah sebab nanti if you salah kat sini, final answer salah, so in working ada betul, right? Mungkin this one you put 5. So 34 34 betul, then normally I'll give mark kat sini. But since exam adalah MCQ, so tak ada marking lah. Kalau betul-betul, kalau salah. Alright, any more question?
No, sir.
Okay, so if you have no question, but since ada banyak orang asking about your individual assignment regarding the 5C. 5Cs, right? Okay, so we check satu-satu sebab ada confusion. Which one? Mana satu nak guna ratio? Mana satu tak payah ratio? So I just explain lah kat sini. Collateral, and then lastly ada condition. So okay lah, 5C on this one for your individual assignment lah. Sin Rama yang ask me, so I will just explain kat sini. Okay. Okay, so characters, this is what characters is. Kita check on the company punya characters. So watak company dia macam mana? So actually, if we are referring to characters, as I said, you can use. You boleh guna ratio untuk bantu helping you in explanation. Then kalau sudah ask me what are ratios that you should use to explain characters. Actually, characters they have no ratio. Right, no ratio needed untuk explain characters. Sebab yang ini adalah perwatakan atau what is the characters? Kalau kita nak cakap characters dia, seseorang karakter dia macam mana? You said the people is dia karakter dia macam funny sikit ke. So we cannot use ratio to explain character. So this one you need to check the history of the company, tengok dia ada apa-apa news regarding dia lambat bayar ke, sebab kita nak bagi dia punya perwatakan. This is a good company lah. Contoh dia adakah orang seseorang itu adalah baik. Dia ada reputasi. Yes, reputasi. The word is for company is repo. Repo dia baik tak? Kalau dia punya repo meaning that nama baik, dia got the good names. This one we categorize under the characters, right? So this one, no ratio needed, no ratio. This one tak payah ratio. This one is you look at the reputation, right? Dia punya nama baik of the company. Is it they have a good name? This one is a character. So sebab kalau dia ada good name, good characters, meaning that this company dia memang ada high chances untuk bayar. Sebab kita the 5C adalah ask you to what? Minta pelajar untuk analyze whether the company adalah bagus atau tidak, sebab you nak buat keputusan sama ada nak bagi pinjam atau tidak. So kita guna 5C sebagai bantuan lah untuk kita nak bagi atau tidak bagilah pinjam lah. Meaning that kalau customer ini dia beli dengan kita, so kita nak bagi pinjam tak? Atau kita nak bagi dia bayar lambat tak? Which is the account receivable lah. So first time kita kena check dia punya characters. Some dia macam orang juga kan. Sesetengah orang kan dia punya characters, dia ada duit tapi dia tak nak bayar. Characters dia macam tu. They have money but don't want to pay. So you check lah whether this company punya characters, dia ada, normally the company they have good name, right? Goodwill, good reputation, then the character is good lah. I believe yang all the company that you choose memang ada good characters kot. Tak ada company yang tak ada good characters. Right. Next we have capacity. Capacity is whether the company dia ada ability atau manage, right, dia punya keuntungan untuk bayar kepada syarikat lah. So this one actually you can use activity ratio, right? Activity ratio lah, this one capacity. So kita nak test, right? Kita nak assess whether the company dia ada keupayaan untuk bayar. And then another one you can use dia punya debt ratio pun boleh, this one debt. Sebab debt ratio dia assess company punya utang, tengok dia punya utang tinggi ke. Kalau company punya utang terlalu tinggi, maksud dia ada high chances dia tak bayar kan. So you can still using that lah. Right, and then capital. So capital is referring to duit yang dia ada. So kita boleh guna one thing is the net working capital. Right, net working capital meaning that we want to check dia ada asset, dia ada tak banyak, more than the liabilities. So maksud kalau net working capital dia tinggi, then okay lah, atau you can use the current ratio. Sebab current ratio dia measure kan adakah dia punya asset is more, dia nampak 2, if 2 meaning that they have more asset, maksud dia boleh bayar lah the liability, right? And then collateral we can use asset. You can refer the asset that the company have, right? Refer the asset the company have as kalau dia ada banyak asset, right? Maksud dia boleh offer to the company, so dia boleh pajak the asset if the company they don't have the money to pay you. If they have a lot of asset, they can use that, they can offer. But this one you can look at the asset side lah, collateral asset. And then condition here we can use the profitability ratio. to assess the company current punya condition, tengok dia punya keuntungan. Sebab keuntungan, condition actually we have to explain the environment. Condition lah. We have explained the environment, but if you want to use ratio, you can use the profitability ratio lah, sebab profitability ratio is impacted by the environment lah, sebab kalau ada COVID, sale dia naik, so the profitability ratio akan show, right? If the profitability ratio good, maksud dia punya sales bagus. The COVID-19 punya impact tak strong sangat. Some company during COVID-19 dia punya sales increase. Macam Top Glove yang jual sarung tangan, right? So this one you can use the profitability ratio lah to explain. This one actually is depend how macam mana you explain the ratio, right? Relate back to this 5C. Kalau characters, kalau you ada ratio, you boleh relate back to the characters also can. Not necessary I cakap this one tak ada ratio then tak ada. Mungkin you ada creativities, the way you explain, right? You can relate back to the characters, then okay. Sebab dia memang depend on how you explain the ratio, relate back to this 5C. Okay, any question regarding your assignment? Dah buat ke belum? Just finish your Raya, right? So masih Raya mood. Alright, so you have any question or you want me to cari question for you to do?
Sir, saya nak tanya. MCQ nanti berapa soalan?
MCQ berapa soalan? I'm not sure lah. Dalam berapa? I think the question dia tak ada sampai 30. Less than 30 question. Sebab dia ada calculation, so the question I think maximum pun 20 saja. Tak banyak. Sebab the different question, different marks. Sebab normally calculation dia akan bagi like 3 mark or 4 mark per question. Only 1 hours kan, so dia punya question tak banyak, and it is only berapa 3 chapters kan, calculation chapters only chapter 5. Chapter 1 and chapter 4 is the I think theory sahaja, right? So MCQ, don't worry, the question tak banyak actually. How many question I'm not sure, yang lecture in charge dia not informed. Dia tak beritahu. Okay? Any more question regarding your test?
Sir,
Yes.
nak soalan?
Okay, so we can discuss the chapters. We have another chapter ada bagikan the soalan. Chapter 4 kan? Chapter 4 is a theory one. We can discuss that one. Where is it? The chapter 4. Chapter 4 theory. All right, so we continue with the tutorial chapter 4. Okay, this one theory lah. So anybody want to answer for question?
Me.
Okay,
Basic first relax policy
yes.
known as low risk policy. Second one is restricted policy known as high risk policy.
Okay.
Only two.
You need to describe. This one you just give me apa? You just beritahu the working capital policy tapi you don't explain. This one adalah 4 marks. So if you just give me relax policy atau low risk policy, I give you 1 mark. Sebab you tak explain.
I explain lah sir. Yang first relax policy known as low risk policy.
Itu panggil explain.
Describe right?
Describe banyak sikit. Ketukut. Alright, so you need to give more lah. Don't just relax policy lepas tu low risk policy. Full stop. Then you expect you dapat 2 marks. So you have to say lah, maintain a large amount of current asset with flexible credit policy, right? And then we have high liquidity and potentially low profitability from investment, right, due to low productivity of current asset relative to fixed assets. So they have asked you to describe any two kan, sebab kita ada 3. Right, so you can just choose any two lah, or you can say restrictive policy. Then we have high risk policy. So maintain low amount of current asset, this one. And with stringent credit policy, right, this. Right, invest in fixed asset which result to high profitability but low liquidity. Then kalau you tak nak choose this one, you can another one is what? Moderate policy, which is mixtures of relaxed and restricted policies. Moderate risk and return, maintain liquidity, right? Invest in productive asset and at the same time hold sufficient current asset. Okay, so this one is question 1. So you choose any two. Actually, you can see I refer back to the past year question. They were just asking these 3 policies saja lah. Okay, so you can see question 2 pun sama. Describe the 3 basic investment policy. So relaxed policy, moderate policy, and restricted policy. This one sama lah dengan what I explained just now. So sama punya. Then this one, question 3, draw a diagram. So draw a diagram and describe the aggressive approach in the working capital management. So if this is an aggressive policy, which policy is aggressive? Aggressive approach. So this one, kita ada berapa approach for financing?
3.
Yes, 3. We have 3. But the question 3 asks you to draw the diagram. So you need to draw the diagram. Right, but you are safe because MCQ, so online exam, so you no need lah. Kalau masuk exam hall, then they may ask you to draw. So another question 4, nanti I show lah. I'll go with the help of a diagram. You see, diagram of each approach. Of a diagram for each approach, differentiate between aggressive approach and conservative approach as working capital strategy. So I will show you what you should need to draw. So you can draw this one lah, right? So you draw just now aggressive kan. So just now I ask you to draw aggressive, then you need to draw this one, and then you need to label this one yang bukit-bukit. This one is temporary current asset, and then the permanent, right? You need to draw a line, differentiate. This one they differentiate with the color, right? Right, so you can just write permanent current asset, then fixed asset. Then tepi sini, you have to write down using what, short-term loan atau long-term loan. This one is you explain with a diagram. After you draw a diagram, you need to explain di kat bawah what is regarding this diagram. Okay. And then another one is they have asked you to differentiate between aggressive dengan konservatif. Konservatif pun sama lah, you need to draw, right? Sama. And then they ask you to differentiate. So apa perbezaan antara aggressive and konservatif? What is the difference between conservative and aggressive?
Conservative, lowest risk approach.
Yes. Then?
The firm use long-term financing for the majority of its assets, and the firm support fixed permanent current and average temporary current asset with long-term financing.
Okay, so actually, yes, betul what your friend said. Or I can say this one lah. I've given you right. Aggressive is high risk or high return approach. Conservative, low risk, low return approach. Right? And then aggressive, as what your friend said, use short-term loan to support temporary current asset and part of the permanent current asset. Conservative, long-term loan to support all the asset. This one the different. And then if you want to compare current ratio, then the current ratio is less than 1 for aggressive. Conservative is more than 1 for conservative. Right, this one will be the differentiate. Okay. Another one I want to discuss with you is next Monday adalah public holiday. So we don't have class. So I want to ask you, Tuesday 8, do you have class? 8 to 10?
Yes, sir.
Ada.
8 ada lah. 8 to 10 got kelas lah. 10 to 12?
Ada juga, sir.
Ada juga banyaknya kelas. 2 to 4?
Ada, sir.
Tak ada. Aduh. Then when we want to...
Sir, Tuesday 2 to 4 tak ada.
Oh, Tuesday 2 to 4 tak ada right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then I can combine your class with another class that I have 2 to 4. So next week, Monday, we change to Tuesday lah, 2 to 4. Only we change the day only, masa sama, 2 to 4. Okay, Okay.
Okay, sir.
Alright, so next week Monday adalah public holidays. You have another 3 hari cuti. Then our class change to Selasa 2 to 4. Nanti I tukar dalam in future. Alright, so if you have no question, then I think I'll stop here for today. So remember, then I have finished the tutorial already. Okay, so then the 1 hour class, you still need to have 1 hour class, or I give you to do your revision. Then Friday you can then you have your test. So the 1 hour class, Kamis, do you still want to have class? Yes? Tak dengar pula. So you do your own revision or you want to have class? Type. Majority mana-mana?
Revision.
Own revision or own revision, meaning no class.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so type in the message, but I want to know whether is it majority ke ada yang nak kelas.
Own revision.
Own revision, okay. Alright, so since you all want to do your own revision so Kamis kita tak ada kelas. So Friday will be your test. So remember Friday test adalah 3 to 4, right? So you need to go to take your attendance first. So as usual, I will create class. Start from 2:30 to 4:30. So before you take the exam, pukul 3 you go to take your attendance first. Dalam the classroom punya, as usual lah, we have class, I will create the attendance, right? Same thing, you go there and take attendance first before you take your test. Then after 4, untuk yang lambat masuk tak sempat nak take attendance, then after the exam you can still take the attendance. So that's why I put 2:30 to 4:30 lah. Yang I know some of you maybe cukup 2:30 baru masuk exam, then you tak take your attendance. Maybe after test you can take attendance. That's why I put 2:30 to 4:30 for the attendance. So by your test is pukul 3, right? 3, so make sure that you log in your future awal sikit lah. Jangan pukul 3 baru nak log in, sebab yang ini is a common test. Not only my group, I got 4 group. Others lecture pun dia ada group, so maybe a lot people, banyak. So better log in awal. Jangan until last minute you tak boleh log in. So make sure you log in awal lah. Alright. So if you have no question, then for today, then I'll stop here. Alright, okay, thank you and all the best and good luck. And then class chat, remember Friday sebelum exam, reminder in your WhatsApp group. I the one then yang ada pula lupa. Pergi shopping pula. Okay, so alright, all the best and good luck. Thank you and bye-bye. See you on Friday.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.